from Los Angeles.
Hello from LA.
From the best Lyft in Los Angeles. Right, Frank?
So this is going to be a little bit of a unique episode for you. We're going to keep it short and punchy. We commandeered Destin from Smarter Every Day to hop in this ride with us. And as part of it, we're going to ask him a few questions. So where should we start, Joel? Everything's in play, Destin says.
So yeah, well, listen, I'm fascinated about, you watch YouTube for as much time as you do, and you watch Destin's videos, and you know that you can see that there's an enormous amount going on, right? And it's not, and I know enough about working from you that a video will often take months or even in some cases years to basically put together all the moving parts.
Yeah.
So I want to ask. Both out of my own curiosity, but two, more importantly, for any brand that's watching this to understand what the creative process is. How do you craft that narrative? How do you craft that story? How does it all come together? Like, what's the thinking that goes
And so I'm constantly looking at the world in a really weird way, and so I'll take something that I see and I'll shoot a video of it. Like, I have my camera with me kind of often. And so we're in LA right now. So I'm probably going to film something tonight at the baseball game that we're going to, and I'll bank it, and then I'll put it on a hard drive, and then a couple of months later I'll see something else, and then the story just kind of starts weaving itself.
So you're just pulling random pieces of interesting things,
Yeah.
and then at some point one morning in the shower, all of a sudden these 4 or these 5 elements got connected in your head. And
That's exactly how it's happening. Like right now, there's a video
that's interesting.
There's a video that just now became a video in my head where it started in Vienna, Austria, and then I filmed something in Denver, Colorado, and then we just figured out something else that I saw in Chicago, and all that went and that became a video.
I love it.
Okay,
and now I have to make the connective tissue and put it all together.
So that makes sense for you today because you've been creating videos for a really long time. But how did you start? Because when you started, were you just filming aspects of your life that were really important to you, and then they weave together? Or did you have an idea?
Sometimes you do a one-off where you're like, this is the one thing I want to research right now, and so sometimes that happens. Like this walking water phenomenon that I did a video on, I wanted to figure that one thing out, and so that's like a one-off video, a topical video.
Right.
But for the most part, it's more interesting if you're just looking at the entire world and you're just like putting aspects of it together. And you're exploring one phenomenon. So, you do both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I try to do anyway.
Okay, second question.
Second question?
Okay, second question for you is, what is one thing that most people wouldn't know about Smarter Every Day and your experience starting it and running it?
Oh, man. That's a really hard question. So, I would say that a lot of times when people meet me on the street or something, if they recognize me from Smarter Every Day, they think I'm just some really intelligent, super mega genius person because they associate learning something with me. Like it's like
I want you to know that I didn't think that.
Okay, excellent. Well, the thing is, the whole video every time is about me learning something. So I start the video in a position of ignorance, and I move towards, I get smarter by the end of the video, and so. I guess that's a major thing that people assume always, that, like today we went to a lab and we were talking to a biological lab, and I didn't know a lot of the terms. She said, oh yeah, we put this in the oven, and I said, oh, to cook it? And she laughed at me. She's like, no, to,
incubate
it, exactly. And she laughed at me, and I felt like an idiot, but that's
part of the learning process.
Yeah, that's right. So, I don't know, that's probably what I'd say to that.
Yeah, love it. And what about working with brands? So obviously, people have seen you working with Audible and other companies. Has that been a good experience for you? And what makes for a positive experience when you're doing a partnership with a brand?
Well, I like to use brands that, or not use brands. I like to work with brands that are usually trying to better the world in some way. Like Audible, people obviously get smarter when they use the product. Kiwi Crate, the kids enjoy working with their hands and they learn things. So I really like brands that are working hard to make the world better. And then I just like, in terms of just actually working with the people, like in the marketing area of these companies, I like working with people that just let me do my thing. And they say, hey, we like Smarter Every Day. We want you to keep making videos. We want you to just do your thing, and here we'll sponsor you. I mean, that's my favorite. When they put too many stipulations and rules on you, it kind of sucks the fun out of the video, right?
Yeah.
So I like it when they just let me do whatever, and I think the audience appreciates that as well.
Excellent.
It's more authentic, And also, I've never been told this is the exact thing you're going to say about the company. I really like the fact that a lot of times they're like, hey, whatever, we just want to sponsor you, and then I can use my own voice to talk about the product in a way that I've actually interacted with.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, fantastic. Well, speaking of letting you do your thing, we are on our way to a baseball game. We can stop asking you questions as part of this episode. Anything else we want to pester Destin about?
No. Thanks for working with me throughout the years. I appreciate it.
We love it. We love it. Well, hey, listen, thanks for tuning in. So long from LA. Say bye, Destin.
Bye. Bye, Destin.
Bye, Destin.